Well, let's see if we're live. Get this done. Okay, I'm live. Last one to edit. Penn State. That's going to be the most pain in the Kentuckiest one of the bunch. I've already well passed it up. Jesus. Penn State. Wasn't that far away from us. Let's do the easiest one first. Emmett Hansen. Edit. It's going to be a little bit different. I want styles. That's what I'm looking at. Oh, well, somebody already did that because he's already over the top three. Somebody already took care of that. Okay. Or did he mess up and put it in the wrong spot? Because, see, that's the part I don't know. Well, that's what he wanted it to be, so that's what I'm leaving it. I don't like that if you change that yourself, because that's supposed to be my thing. Whole reason you post for it, my guy. So that kind of irks me a little bit. And yeah, this shit's going to be gone next season for sure. I am not doing this shit next season where I edit every single offensive lineman and every single defensive lineman. So this is the last season. If this is the last season I do ORP for this cycle, this is one I'm definitely chalking up to. I'm glad I'm not doing it anymore. Because this is where a majority of my time goes. And and to be transparent, I used it this season as well, but I genuinely hate this ORP now that I've done it a couple years, where every single player gets something. And by the way, I'm combining two ORPs. I'm combining the walkthroughs and the starters focus, which shouldn't be the same thing, or whatever. Matter of fact, hold on. Before I go too much further, didn't I put in a restriction on that? I did not. Nope. I did not do that for this cycle. That was really dumb on my part. Okay, cool. Okay. That's what I get for being dumb. Learn from your mistakes. But yeah, next cycle, there will never be an ORP that edits every single player on a position group. You'll still get a discount, but this is so time consuming. And there are so much better things I could be doing with my time. But it's in our system, so I can't be mad at people for using it. I mean, like I said, I used it this year, but it took me 20 minutes to do my ORP edits because I edited everybody on offense and everybody on defense, as far as the front four and the offensive line. Okay. Yeah, this will be better balanced next year. A full year in the system. a full year in the system will be good for it. Figuring out stuff, figuring out things that worked, figuring out things that didn't. So it is a learning experience. If you're not learning, then you're not growing. If you ain't growing, then you're just not doing anything. So. And by the way, this is not a knock on you, my guy. I'm just, you know, this is the last of the ORPs I'm doing for this cycle, so I'm just kind of putting thoughts to words and words to video. So there's gonna be some changes next cycle if I'm still in charge and still around, which I hope I am. We'll see. I hope I have the time still. We definitely need to make some changes. Robert Trahan. That's a name from my neck of the woods. Awareness 2. I guess the one good thing about this particular set of ORPs is that I can combine the two, so as long as I'm keeping up with everything, I can at least do that much. Field awareness. Come on. Hurry up. Bruner. But yeah, the all offensive line, all defensive line ORPs are going away next cycle. I have already seen the error of my ways. And again, I can't blame guys for being smart about it. I mean, that's a smart thing to do. That is on me to have restricted it more than what I did. Especially whenever you're a team like a Penn State, a Michigan, and LSU, and you get a crap ton of awards and bonus points and stuff. I mean, which is something else that's going to be discussed next cycle. May have to be a bad guy, and I know we don't have a lot of players in the league, but I may have to be a bad guy and just be like, you know what? You can't be, 4 or 5 star squad. You just can't. If you get hired there, then that's one thing, but you cannot start there. You have to start and work your way up. That's kind of where I'm at. My other option is, if someone wants to start at one of these schools, these higher end schools, then they just won't get ORP. And I don't feel like that's right either. Like, neither way is really right, but I think probably the one that would be more apt to get to be like the easier pill to swallow of the two of them would be doing the no ORP, let everybody choose their school, because I think of the two options, I think people would rather be able to choose what school they want rather than be limited to schools. Personally speaking, I don't like that idea either. I think you should have started at a crappy school as a level 1 head coach. Block shed, 3 PRC, and impact block. Because I just think that makes more sense. I could do that. I could say block shed, impact block, play recognition. I could just say, you know, you can't coach at a prestige school unless you hit level 10. Like, make it to where it's level 10 max. Make a small restriction, but then that basically locks it down. Impact block 1, play recognition 3, block shed 1. Impact 1, 2, 3, block shed. I don't know. My ultimate goal is to not be as much of a hard ass about restrictions as I was in WFL, while still having some restrictions, but just trying to be less of a stickler on it. But at some point, something's got to give. So. Block shed. 3, 1. One thing I don't have on the new stuff is film study. So I didn't want to break down that much film study. Like, I've added a whole bunch of ORP that's separated out by position now. So instead of just O-line and D-line, I have secondary, I have linebackers, I have quarterbacks, halfbacks, wide receivers, tight ends. So I have extra ones in place that I think would be good. Giving guys options and making them choose is always a good thing. And if I wanted to add some extra smaller ORPs as far as like film study style ones, I could do like the limitations like I have for O-line and D-line and all the positions, but make it to where, you know, I don't know. I think my biggest pet peeves right now, personally, and some of it is going to depend on what they do with the game for 27, but if the coaching carousel improves any, we're probably going to restrict coaching as far as restrict who can take over what teams, which is probably going to make a few teams angry. few owners angry, but I think getting to a school like that is more important than starting there. But again, you have to take fandom into account, so it's a delicate balance. Because I don't have personally the fandom tied to a particular team that most other people do that watch college football a lot. I'm not a big college football guy. I mean, I love the game, like the video game, but like, and I do appreciate the traditions, but I'm not, like, I'm from Louisiana and I'm not a big, like, gung ho LSU fan. It's not. Um, but there are people that are, and, I have to kind of try and respect that, but at the same time, balance stuff out, make it fair for everybody. But that is it. We're done. I've done your tier 3s and your tier 4s. Come on, wake up, laptop. Okay. Laptop doesn't want to wake up. There it goes. Combination. I did your tier 3s for offensive and defensive lines, which was 2 awareness and 2 PRC, and then I did the run blocking for offensive line. I did the run defense essentially for defensive line, and then timeouts, quarterbacks. Well, I didn't have to edit because it was already edited. So I am finito. Why am I not connected? Why are you trying to connect to something? Okay, well, I'm exiting out.